Deadpool, one of Marvel's most intriguing characters, is known for his enigmatic persona, a complex blend of humor, unpredictability, and darkness. He defies easy categorization, often balancing between hero and anti-hero, and this complexity is a key part of understanding the secrets Marvel may prefer to keep under wraps. At his core, Deadpool is a mercenary with a heart, suffering from a disfiguring condition caused by the same government experiment that granted him a near-immortal healing factor, which also took a severe toll on his mental stability. This duality is central to Deadpool's character, as it fuels both his comedic outlook on life and his darker tendencies, making him a compelling figure whose appeal extends beyond traditional superhero norms. The significance of understanding Deadpool's enigmatic nature lies in appreciating how his character deviates from and challenges the typical heroic archetype. Unlike many Marvel superheroes who are paragons of virtue, Deadpool exposes more visceral, often uncomfortable truths about heroism's morally ambiguous nature. This not only makes his stories unpredictable and engaging, but also forces audiences to confront the murky ethics that often accompany vigilantism in the superhero world. Two prime examples highlight this complexity. Deadpool's relationship with Cable, a time-traveling soldier with a rigid sense of duty, often challenges Deadpool to confront his more chaotic impulses, creating a quintessential order versus chaos dynamic. Another example is his interactions with Blind Al, an elderly woman he keeps as a hostage but also as a confidant, showcasing his struggle between connection and his propensity for violence. Supporters of Deadpool often highlight his relatability. His flaws make him human, and his self-awareness and breaking of the fourth wall provide an endearing depth. However, his unpredictable nature can be controversial. Critics argue that his moral ambiguity and penchant for violence might glamorize chaotic behavior, potentially influencing fans negatively. This enigma connects deeply with the overarching theme of Deadpool's darkest secrets, as it underscores how Marvel has cultivated a character who embodies a blend of comedy, chaos, and trauma. It opens up conversations about mental health, redemption, and the consequences of unchecked power. By examining Deadpool's persona, audiences gain insight into how such a character can disrupt the conventional superhero narrative, challenging them to scrutinize what they truly value in their heroes. The origins of Deadpool. A twisted genesis delves into the complex and shadowy beginnings of one of Marvel's most enigmatic anti-heroes. Deadpool, whose real name is Wade Wilson, was introduced as a super soldier experiment gone awry. His origins are rooted in pain, experimentation, and a desperate quest for survival, setting the stage for his dark and unpredictable persona. This twisted genesis is significant because it not only lays the foundation for Deadpool's character, but also highlights the extent of moral ambiguity and ethical transgressions in the Marvel Universe that the company may prefer to keep in the shadows. Deadpool's origin story is primarily tied to the Weapon X program, the same clandestine project responsible for Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. The program's use of unethical experimentation imbues Wade Wilson with a regenerative healing factor, but at the cost of his sanity and physical appearance. This tragic transformation serves as a powerful commentary on the potential dangers of playing God through science and the devastating consequences it can have on human life. Two noteworthy examples illustrate Deadpool's twisted genesis. Firstly, in the Deadpool the Circle Chase comic series, Wade's struggle with his identity is highlighted, showcasing a man broken by experimentation yet imbued with remarkable powers. Secondly, the 2016 film Deadpool captures the essence of his origin, portraying Wade's painful transformation at the hands of villain Ajax, and serving as a reminder of the thin line between heroism and villainy. Opinions on Deadpool's origins are varied. Some praise the storyline for its depth and the attention it brings to the darker sides of superhero narratives, while others criticize it for excessive violence and moral ambiguity, potentially influencing younger audiences awkwardly. However, Deadpool's origin is not without controversy. The portrayal of mental instability and disfigurement linked to his powers raises questions about the depiction of mental health issues in media. Some audiences argue that it glamorizes or trivializes serious conditions, sparking debate about representation and responsibility. Ultimately, The origins of Deadpool. A twisted genesis is not just about the character's beginnings, but interlinks with broader themes within the Marvel universe, such as identity, ethics, and the consequences of unchecked scientific ambition. Deadpool's chaotic existence forces Marvel to confront its more uncomfortable narratives, proving that even within a world of superpowers, the most gripping battles are often fought within. Deadpool, known for his quips and unconventional superhero antics, is a character with a rich and complex persona. Behind the mask, Deadpool's true identity challenges delves into the multifaceted aspects of Deadpool's identity, both as an anti-hero and as Wade Wilson, the man beneath the mask. This heading explores the psychological and identity struggles that define Deadpool and are often glossed over or simplified in mainstream portrayals. Deadpool's true identity challenges are significant because they add depth to his character beyond his penchant for humor and violence. Wade Wilson's transformation into Deadpool was not just physical but mental and emotional. The rogue experiment that gave him his regenerative abilities also left him with severe disfigurement and psychological scarring, resulting in a fractured sense of self. This internal struggle is crucial to understanding his actions and motivations, which are often driven by a mix of vengeance, self-loathing, and a yearning for acceptance. His erratic behavior and often morally ambiguous decisions can be traced back to this internal conflict. One illustrative example is Deadpool's relationship with other superheroes, particularly Spider-Man. Despite their playful rapport, Deadpool often envies Spider-Man's clearer sense of identity and acceptance within the superhero community. This envy can manifest in destructive behavior, underscoring Deadpool's ongoing battle with his self-worth. In another example, Deadpool's encounters with the mutant community highlight his outsider status. While he possesses a mutation, his abrasive personality and erratic nature often place him at odds with more traditional mutants, reinforcing his feelings of isolation and rejection. Opinions diverge on whether Deadpool's outrageous antics serve as a coping mechanism for his psychological distress, or merely a device for comedic relief. Some fans appreciate the character's ability to address serious themes like mental health through humor, while others criticize it as trivializing genuine struggles. Challenges to this narrative are abundant. The character's fourth wall-breaking antics can dilute the gravity of his identity issues, inviting debate on whether these elements are merely distractions. Additionally, some argue Deadpool's identity complexities are exaggerated to garner sympathy or interest, detracting from his appeal as a carefree, rebellious anti-hero. This exploration of Deadpool's identity intricately ties to other aspects of his character, influencing his relationships, choices, and the unpredictability that defines his storylines. By understanding Deadpool's true identity challenges, we gain insight into the psyche of a character who embodies a blend of humor, chaos, and tragedy, offering a deeper appreciation of the enigmatic mercenary that fans have come to love. Deadpool, the unconventional anti-hero of the Marvel Universe, is renowned for his wild antics and irreverent humor. However, one of his most intriguing aspects lies in his unpredictable relationships with both allies and foes. This dynamic goes beyond the traditional good versus evil narrative, adding complexity to Deadpool's character and storyline. Deadpool's unpredictable ally and foe dynamics refers to his ever-shifting alliances and enmities, which often blur the lines between friendship and rivalry. These dynamics are crucial because they highlight Deadpool's chaotic nature and resistance to conventional categorization, embodying the larger theme of uncertainty and duality within his narrative. A prime example of Deadpool's unpredictable relationships is his interactions with Cable, a time-traveling mutant soldier. Initially at odds due to their contrasting personalities and goals, Deadpool and Cable eventually develop a complicated partnership, driven by mutual respect and necessity. Their dynamic showcases Deadpool's ability to foster unexpected alliances and generate narrative tension. Another illustration is his on-again, off-again feud with Spider-Man. While they frequently find themselves on opposite sides, their mutual respect sometimes leads to collaborations, exemplifying Deadpool's knack for forming alliances based on whimsy and circumstance. Opinions about Deadpool's dynamic relationships vary. Some argue that his unpredictability adds depth and nuance to the character, making him more engaging and reflective of real-world complexities where relationships can be ambiguous and fluid. Others suggest that this unpredictability makes it difficult to root for him, as his loyalties seem to shift without clear logic or motivation. There are challenges associated with Deadpool's shifting loyalties. Some readers find this trait frustrating because it defies the standard heroic narrative of stability and consistent moral alignment, potentially alienating fans who prefer more conventional storytelling. Additionally, these dynamics can complicate the narrative structure, as they often require elaborate justifications for why Deadpool teams up with former enemies. Deadpool's fluctuating alliances not only enrich his character, but also influence other aspects of his storyline. They allow the exploration of themes such as redemption, choice, and the moral gray areas inherent in his universe. This contributes to the overarching theme of Deadpool's darkest secrets, revealing how his relationships underscore his unpredictable nature and challenge traditional superhero tropes. These dynamics reinforce the notion that in Deadpool's world, alliances are flexible, motives are questionable, and the boundaries between hero and villain are often indistinct.